Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the last selector that you are going to get, which is the Tier 2 Premium Selector. So for the Tier 2 Premium Selector, you can go ahead and get it from the new Shield Archive, which is on Event. You have 3 options that you need to complete. The first one you get already for free, 10 of them. You just need to convert them, which I think costed gold. I cannot exactly remember. So that is for the first one that is done. The second one you can find from dimension missions clearance. You need 20 of them and they will not take that long. At least did not take that long for me. So you need 20 of these. The third and last one is from dispatch missions, which this one will take some time because of the the drop rates of these items. They're quite low, so you're going to need some sort of good luck on this. So yeah, that is the 3 items that you're going to need. So we're going to be describing who you should take in the Tier 2 Premium Selector and why you should take that character and what they can be good in. So most of them I'm not going to recommend, so I'm going to skim through most of them. So yeah, the ones that are not important, I will skim through them. So yeah, the first character, it is Carnage. I do recommend him if you're trying to build a full symbiote team in timeline battle. He's really good for PvP, and I do highly recommend you getting him. He can also be used for otherworld battle, so that's also another good factor for Carnage. The next character, it is Hyperion. He is a skip. Satana is also a skip, with Clea also being another skip, since those 3 don't really give you that much value. The next character, it is Enchantress. Now I do highly recommend you getting her. She's a really good support with her newest uniform. So if you need a really good support, then I do highly recommend you getting Enchantress. Keep in mind, we're going to get other supports that can be better. However, if you already have those supports and want more supports, then you can get the other supports that I'm going to list for you. So yeah. The next character, it is Ironheart. Ironheart is also another support that I do highly recommend you getting. She can be really good, and if you need a very good support as well, then again, Ironheart will be useful for you. The next character, it is Kid Kaiju. He is a skip. He doesn't really give you that much value. The next character, it is Agent Venom. Now, I do highly recommend you getting Agent Venom, as he can be a very good symbiote support. So he can be really good, and I do highly recommend you getting Agent Venom. The next character, it is Cyclops. Now, Cyclops, the only reason that I'm not going to recommend him here, the same applies for Cyclops, Storm, Beast, and Rogue, is that those 4 were already on the Tier 4 selector. So if you want those 4, only 2 of them were on the Tier 4 selector, which is Storm and I think Cyclops, I can't exactly remember. Regardless, some of them were on the Tier 3, Beast was on the Transcendent Potential, and some of them were on the Tier 4. So if you want them, then you could have already gotten them from the Tier 4 or the Tier 3 or the Transcendent Potential selectors. So yeah. As for Spider-Man 2099, he is also a skip. The next character, it is Valkyrie. Now I do very highly recommend you new people to get Valkyrie, even veteran players who do not have Valkyrie. She is the second best support, and I do very highly recommend you getting Valkyrie, including her newest uniform. So yeah. The next character, it is Quasar. I guess that's his female version. Regardless, this is also a skip. The next one, it is X-23. She is also another skip. The next one, it is Luna Snow. Now, for new players, I do not recommend it, because you will already get her for free on the first day with the Agent Training Center. So you do not have to worry about that. However, for veteran players, if you do not already have Luna Snow, then I do highly recommend you getting her. She is a really good Alliance Battle, Extreme, and Legend character. She can be very good, and I do highly recommend you getting her. Keep in mind that her uniform is a seasonal. The next character, it is Killmonger. He's a skip, doesn't provide that much value. The next character, it is Magic. Now Magic is, I do recommend her for PvP. She can be really, really good. She's mainly used in Otherworld battle. I haven't really seen her that much in Timeline battle, but I have seen a lot of people use her for Otherworld battle. So yeah. The next one, it is Colossus. Now, I do not recommend you taking him from here, because that is correct. He can be a good PvP support. However, you gotta keep in mind that you can get him for free through one of the epic quests. I can't exactly remember which one, but I think it was the Wolverine one. So you can get him through that, and he will be very, very helpful for you. And you can get upgrade him through a Mega 6-star and a Mega Tier 2. Which is why I'm not going to recommend you taking him from here, as you have many other options that you cannot get for free. The next character, it is Angel. He's also a skip. Now, some of you may argue with the fact that Angel can be a perfect support for Otherworld battle. However, you gotta keep in mind that there are two better options than Angel, which is Wasp and Strife, if I am not mistaken. I cannot remember, because there were three and two of them were recommended. Another one was, they were recommended but not highly recommended. So one of them was Wasp, the other one was Miss Marvel, so Sue. Those two are much better than Angel. So yeah. The next character, it is Ghost. He's a skip. Wasp and Nadia is also a skip. Domino and Phantom X are all skips. So yeah. The next character, it is Ghost Panther. Now, Ghost Panther is a really good support, especially for fire allies, the fire dealing allies. They can all pair up very, very good with Ghost Panther. And even if you do not have a fire dealing ally, he can also still be a very good support for pretty much all other characters, since he does increase damage dealt to villains, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember if it was boss types or villains, but he has a really good support on him. So the next character that we have, it is Weapon Hex. So Weapon Hex, I do recommend her because she has a very good support for both PvP and PvE, though I haven't seen many people use her for PvE. So her uniform, her latest uniform, comes with 45% basic damage dealt to heroes and villains. However, she also has a secondary effect, which is removes all debuffs by 12%. However, keep in mind this is only for zombie allies, so you're not really going to use her for PvP, since we don't have zombie allies that are meta. So yeah, that is for Weapon Hex. The next character, it is Gambit. Now, I do highly recommend Gambit. He is the cheaper alternative for Cable in Alliance Battle Extreme and Legend, and he can also do World Boss Legends as well. So I do really recommend him if you want a cheaper and better alternative than Cable. So yeah, that is for Gambit. The next character, it is Nightcrawler and Sentinel. Both are skip. Crescent, I do recommend her if you want to have a good Alliance Battle Extreme for combat female. She can be very, very useful, and I do highly recommend her. She did also get a new tier 4, so if you want a very good Alliance Battle Extreme for that specific one day, then I do recommend her. Now keep in mind that her newest uniform is a seasonal, and she does not have any of the Alliance Battle Extreme cancels, so you're going to need to use a tier 4 striker on her. So yeah. The next character, it is Victorious. She is a skip. The next character, it is Nick Fury. Now he is another good support, and I do very, very highly recommend you getting Nick Fury. He will help you a lot, and I do recommend you getting him, as he doesn't even need a uniform to be good. But if you really care about that 10% increase, then yes, you can get it as well, since his newest does also increase damage increase by 10%. So yeah. The upcoming characters, most of them are not going to be recommended, such as Warpath, Juggernaut, Rescue, all the way until Red She-Hulk. All of these characters here are not good. I'm not going to recommend them for you. However, the next character, which is Dazzler, she is really, really good. She's a good support. So I do highly recommend you getting her. However, keep in mind that she is a mutant support. so she only gives supports to mutant allies. But regardless, I still do highly recommend her if you want a good mutant support. So yeah. The next characters, again, these upcoming characters are all going to be a skip from Thane all the way to Toxin. They don't have value. However, in Baku, I do recommend you getting him. He is really, really good, and he can overall help you a lot, since he also did get a new Transcend potential, so you can use him in World Boss Legends as well. He has a really good leadership and support. So yeah, the next character, it is Polaris. I do recommend her as well, since she also does give mutant support, but regardless, I still recommend you getting Polaris as well. So there's only two supports that are for mutant, which is Dazzler and Polaris. Those two are really, really good. As for the rest of these characters, none of them I will really recommend you getting. Now, some of you may argue that you want to get US Agents Tier 2 for the new timeline quest. However, you gotta keep in mind that in the timeline quest, if you go into the end here, you will still get his biometrics, and if you already have a Mega 6-star and a Mega Tier 2, then you could use it on him and not waste that Tier 2 premium character select on other better characters. So yeah, that is also another reason why I did not recommend you getting him. So yeah, overall, that was all for today's video. There's past 4 videos have been all specifically dedicated for the new Tier 3, Tier 2 Premium Transcendent Potential and Tier 4 selectors that we have gotten. And I gave you the best options from my opinion, and I do hopefully find you enjoy these videos, and I hope you find them helpful as well. So yeah, if you have enjoyed the video, please let me know, subscribe and leave a like, comment down below who you are going to choose from the Tier 2 Premium Selector. Other than that, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.